In a significant escalation of the war on drugs, the Trump administration has declared that the United States is in a non-international, armed conflict with drug cartels operating in the Caribbean. This move, which designates cartel members as unlawful combatants, grants the U.S. military extraordinary wartime powers to combat these groups. Here is a breakdown of what this declaration means and the events that led to it. Perfect for a YouTube video caption. A new front in the war on drugs. The declaration. In a confidential memo to Congress, President Donald Trump announced that the U.S. is now engaged in an armed conflict with certain drug cartels. This declaration is not a formal declaration of war against a sovereign nation, but rather a non-international, armed conflict against what the administration deems non-state armed groups. The memo argues that the actions of these cartels, particularly their role in drug trafficking, constitute an armed attack against the United States. Who is being targeted? The administration has designated several Latin American cartels as global terrorist organizations, including Emisatern, Tren de Aragua, Venezuela, Sinaloa Cartel, Mexico, Jalisco New Generation Cartel, Mexico, Gulf Cartel, Mexico, Northeast Cartel, Mexico, the New Michoacan Family, Mexico, the United Cartel, Mexico. By labeling them unlawful, combatants in the U.S. is asserting the right to use lethal military force against them, even when they do not pose an immediate threat. This is a significant departure from treating drug trafficking as a law enforcement issue. The road to armed conflict. This declaration did not happen overnight. It is the culmination of a series of actions and a stated priority of the Trump administration to crack down on drug cartels. February 2025, the Trump administration designated several cartels as foreign terrorist organizations, laying the groundwork for more aggressive action. August 2025, the U.S. began a significant naval buildup in the southern Caribbean, deploying warships, P-8 spy planes, and thousands of Marines and sailors to the region to combat drug trafficking. September 2025, the U.S. military conducted at least 3 deadly strikes on alleged drug smuggling boats in the Caribbean, resulting in over a dozen fatalities. At least 2 of these vessels reportedly originated from Venezuela. What does unlawful combatant mean? The term unlawful combatant is not explicitly defined in international law but has been used by the U.S. government, most notably during the War on Terror. Here's what it generally implies. No prisoner of war status. They are not entitled to the same protections as prisoners of war, subject to military force. They can be targeted with lethal force and detained indefinitely without trial. The Military Commissions Act of 2006 gives the U.S. President broad discretion in designating individuals as unlawful enemy combatants. Controversy and debate.